What's this in here? Go on. Oh, go on, Justin, film him. Go on.
He doesn't like the camera, does he?
Good afternoon and welcome to the Siesta Show. Now today we're at the home of Achilles, a British bulldog living in Spain. So he is actually Spanish, isn't he, Colette?
He is, yes.
And you've had bulldogs before, haven't you? So you're quite used to them. Do they need special care?
Yeah, you need to clean out the wrinkles, clean his ears, between his toes, and don't exercise them too much.
Okay, so you had bulldogs before in the UK. How different is it caring for a bulldog in Spain?
They don't suffer the heat very good, actually, so you've got to keep them out of the sunlight, keep them in the shade. If you've got aircon, keep the aircon on.
Oh, look. Now, Achilles...
Come here.
Okay, how old is Achilles?
He's 1 year, 4 months.
And will he get bigger?
Not much in height. He's probably going to fill out, but just a little bit.
So how did you get Achilles? Where has he come from?
Well, he came from Gibraltar. He was born in Spain, and a friend of ours had him, and we were going to look after him for a couple of months. And of course, a couple of months go by, and I fell in love with him, and I don't want to give him up, so I've bought him.
He's gorgeous. Now, what will he eat in a typical day? Does he eat a lot?
He eats, we've got him on Ukanuba, which is really good for him, and he has 2 cupfuls a day. It's about 300 grams, I think, in weight.
Now, you've had bulldogs before in the UK. What would you say? Do they need a different diet in Spain to in the UK?
No, I feed it. My other bulldog actually was on chicken. She was very spoilt. But the Ukanuba, the dried food, is the best for them, whether they're in UK or Spain.
So where will you get this? What's it called?
Ukanuba.
Ukanuba?
Yeah, I'll buy it down in the garden centre. Excuse me, but most pet shops do it. They also, the Royal Canin as well is a good feed.
Now, does he cost a lot in vet fees?
No more than your average dog, no.
The Spanish vets compared to UK vets, how do they differ?
Actually, I think the Spanish vets are really, really good.
They are?
They are, yeah. They're on par with English vets.
Now, say you wanted to take Achilles on holiday back to the UK, how would you go about that?
Okay, he's got a passport, but what they need to do is they need to have a rabies jab and a rabies test, a blood test, and then you get a certificate, but then you can't take them back to UK for 6 months. So you've got to have your passport done well in advance.
Right. Now, you were saying about bulldogs not being very good in the warm weather. How long would you allow him to play outside for or sit on the terrace?
Every bulldog's different. I think you tell from his breathing, but they love the sun and they would lie out in it all day long, so you've got to be responsible and bring them in.
I suppose you have to make sure that you keep them hydrated. They obviously they'll need to drink a lot of water, won't they?
Yeah, he needs water down all the time, 24/7. They don't eat dairy products very well, so they can't have milk.
Right.
He can have a bit of cheese. I do spoil him with cheese now and again.
Now, I've always thought that all dogs can swim, but you were saying earlier that bulldogs can't.
No, bulldogs can't swim, so you have to be really careful with them if you've got a pool. He's got a life jacket. Everybody says all dogs can swim, but believe me, bulldogs cannot swim.
What is it about bulldogs and the sun then? What happens to them if they get really hot?
They just overheat. Actually, all dogs, especially white furred dogs, will suffer sunburn, but bulldogs, they just dehydrate.
This might seem like a silly question, but should you put sun protection on dogs?
I was thinking that the other night, that the exact same thing. I might have a look on the internet actually and see if there's anything for him.
So if someone was thinking about getting a bulldog in Spain, what advice would you give them?
I'd say definitely get a good book first. Do your research, and you have to be responsible. Like I say, make sure they've got plenty of water. They're not left unattended round pools. But they're fantastic dogs. They're great with kids. They're great with other dogs.
So you would recommend them as a family pet then?
Definitely, yep, without a doubt.
Well, thank you very much, Colette. We've learnt loads about bulldogs today. And we're back tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.